It's time for some night-on-night action. The Lynn University Fighting Knights hosting the Central Florida Knights. Good luck with that. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here. Now the Lynn University brand guide says that Lynn must always be referred to as the Fighting Knights, not just the Knights. So if you hear Fighting Knights, you know it's Lynn. If you hear Knights, it's UCF. If you hear that the Knights are fighting, you're on your own. Starting in goal today for UCF is Andrew Cass. 6'2", 120 pounds, a senior goalie at an .894 save percentage last season. 4.1 goals allowed, a 6-6-2 record. Also two-time All-CHS academic team. Passes from Peabody, Massachusetts. He has an .875 save percentage so far this year, allowed 2 goals in their first contest against the Citadel. And in the net for the first time ever for the Lynn University Fighting Knights, Hunter Galkani. At 5'7", 140 pounds, you might think he's a little undersized, but it's not about how big you are, it's how you use it. At least that's what my ex used to say. Galkani was at William Patterson University last year, ACHA Division I. .890 save percentage with them, a 4.3 goals allowed against. Back in high school, he was an all-conference first-team selection. The international business major from Avenel, New Jersey, is poised to tear it up in the goal today. Action will be taking place in about 3 minutes, and we hope that you'll stick with us live on YouTube. Do not forget we have a live comment section, and we are checking it all game long, so if you'd like to share your thoughts with us here in the broadcast booth, we're taking a look at it, and if we like what you say, we might even read it out on the air. So stick around, we'll be right back with UCF and Lynn in just a few minutes. We'll be back for the lineups and starting anthem. Don't you dare go anywhere.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Del Moro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a life.
Both of these teams coming off of heartbreaking losses, hoping to rebound in this possibly very close contest. Once again, Sam Gelfand here, so excited that you guys are joining us for this. I am joined today by our camera operators, Emily Lumenello and Griffin Koellmer. Normally a player on Lynn, but helping us out today. Yes, we have that sort of power here in the broadcast booth. And accompanied by Anthony DeGasperis, our director-producer. We are just about ready to get underway. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in live on YouTube. The Lynn Fighting Knights a record of 2-1 so far this season. UCF a record of 1-1. Coming off a couple of huge games against the Citadel at home to start off their season. Put up a big score in their first contest. And we are underway. Immediately a shot on goal defended by Galgani, and that's his first save in a Fighting Knights uniform. One thing that is consistent across UCF's 2 games so far is they love to crash the net. 60 or more shots in each of those 2 contests. 61 in the second game, 67 in the first. Now, perhaps it says more about the Citadel's defense that in that second game they put up 61 shots and the Citadel won 1-0. Right now, it's Kevin Flanagan who is almost out-muscled by the Fighting Knights. It goes to Joe Poirier. Poirier wrapping around, trying to get it out of harm's way. Tries to push it up to Marc-Andre, but it goes the Knights' way. That's the Knights, not the Fighting Knights. Flanagan passes over to Tyre Gaffiatulin. Tripping up is Colin Jackson, taken away by Poirier, shoveling off down the boards. Into Knights territory now, taken by Amadeo Pavanka, and falls into the hands of a referee. Judge can't get to it in time. And Lynn's trying to find something to do behind the boards. That's Quinn Judge. Shovels off to Doty. A huge hit! Yeah, that's a statement for you. Pushes up to Towns Haley now. Dumps it to no one in particular. It's a foot race, hoping that Ben Merrill can get there in time, but he cannot. Instead, it's Mason Kaplan. And shoveled off by Carson Mueller. Jared Scapitulo there. Nice to see he's back in the lineup after missing a couple of games. Cole Dixon now will take it round the boards and behind the net for the Fighting Knights. Dixon is so fast. Incredible puck handling ability, but that is just deflected by Andrew Cass. Waiting behind the net is Evan Rocha. Rocha gets tripped up. The Knights try to generate an opportunity, but Galgani is too much. And we're seeing some real fast-paced hockey right off the bat. There's Rocha right in front, and Galgani patiently waiting, ready for that pass from behind the X and able to shut it down. Face-off still contested. And a shot from far away by Kevin Flanagan is deflected. Galgani, the sophomore, off to a nice start here. Does not always have to be the biggest presence in the net to be the most effective. I've seen it in hockey, I've seen it in lacrosse even. Because you know what? When you're of a smaller stature, you tend to be speedier. At least in order to be successful at a level like this. Down the blue line, from forever and a day away off the stick of Asaro, saved by Cass. That was from back at the blue line. And sometimes, you know, you just got to make a shot like that to let them know that you have the capability. Knights take the face off. It's Gaffiatulin. Pushing down now to Kovac, and it is poked away. The first period of play is brought to you by Adidas. You got this. We're very appreciative of all of our sponsors here at Lynn University, helping us not only afford equipment for the team, but help us put this broadcast on the air. Graziati has it taken away. Now Quinn Judge, pass off the stick. Intended for Doty. It's one of those two. I'm going to get it eventually. I think it's Doughty. Poirier racing. Shoveled backwards to Graziati, and it goes behind the net. Kovac fighting for it. Doughty comes up with it. Kovac shoveling off. Trying to find Nick Kelly. He is hit into the boards. Past the red line. And that clears successfully. So it's Rob Renner, the junior back there. He is going to be one you're going to want to watch out for all night long. 2 goals and an assist in 2 games already for UCF. Poirier with a hard hit into the boards. Urim now contesting with Pavanka. Sent up to Haley, the captain. Stebbins narrowly misses a big hit. Pavanka pushing up off the stick of J.T. Fuller. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is a 6'5", 220 forward. Usually someone of that size you expect to be a defender, but no, this kid can shoot. Got a goal and assist on the season already. Galgani patiently waiting for it, but Urim able to get it out of harm's way temporarily. Flew up, batted down, and Haley is able to deflect that shot off the stick. Galgani, the wraparound, doesn't have to worry about it. Towns Haley takes care of it. The deflection, Galgani, beautiful save! That was like playing pinball, went off 3 different people, and he was able to lock it down. Pass off the stick of Marc-Andre, and that was a weakness of the Fighting Knights we saw in their last contest against University of Miami. Issues with passing. Andre trying to weave through. Instead, it's Don McKiernan to Patterson, pushing up, finds no one. Instead, it's Flanagan. Pass across to Armando Santiago is no good, and you've got a whistle blown. Let's take a look at that save one more time from Galgani. Watch all the different deflections. And he was still able to handle that. Some real impressive stuff. And amazingly, we're 6 minutes almost into this contest, and we've only had 2 whistles. This is almost unusual for what we have seen so far this season. So it'll be Tommy Asaro and Evan Worth into the circle. Worth played in the USPHL Premier for the Brooklyn Aviators and the Connecticut Junior Rangers. Gaffiatulin, pass deflected. A shot gotten off by Colin Jackson, though it misses wide. Asaro trying to get to it, but he's on the wrong side of Fuller, and that's the benefit of having such a massive forward. Now we are in a power play as Nick Nochi went to the bad boy box for 2 minutes. And it says a lot that the Fighting Knights were actually able to push up and at least get it to the other side of the blue line. And they do so again with another clear. So Nochi, the first penalty of the contest. We usually see at least a few. Worth to Fuller, round the way. Close shot by Anthony Ciartino, sails high. Now it's Flanagan across to the near side of the ice. Over to Fuller. One man to beat, wide left. .45 seconds remain in the power play. Taking his time now is Flanagan. Flanagan pushing up. They're trying to get close, trying to wrap it around. Galgani with 3 stops in a row. And things get a little bit testy. You know, I was talking to Evan Rocha before this game got underway, and he said UCF is the kind of team who's going to try to get a little testy. He said they are a very physical hockey team, and they enjoy using their size and physicality to try to push players around a little bit. and generate opportunities up close. So now that you know the MO, you can watch for it all night. Flanagan tried for a one-timer, but the one-timer goes off the stick of Renner. Wasn't quite able to connect. Scapatullo playing monkey in the middle, sends it out to Josh Shimoni. Flanagan up close to Renner, but Renner decides against it, deflected by Scapatullo, and we are back to full strength. This penalty kill is brought to you by Team Coalition. Shot from across the way, off the stick of Cass. Merrill fighting for it near the net, so is Cole Lattis. Scapatullo got tripped up, and that goes all the way back to Galkani. He's got to get himself some matching pads. Those are not in team colors. Though I believe they were for William Patterson, his former school. Dixon trying to take it all the way himself, but a coast-to-coast is just not something you see all the time, and with good reason. That puck almost comes up to us. That flew right by Emily Lumenello's camera. And you know, Dixon is not the only freshman standout for this Lynn University squad. There are several freshmen, as this is a very young team. Mason Kaplan, Maryland All-State first-team selection. Rhode Island second team is Don McKiernan and some others, but we are back underway. And it's Joe Poirier, another freshman. Gives it to Cole Dixon. He is so quick. It is a joy to watch him try to handle the puck out there. 11:20 as we get another whistle. You know what? Let's resume that graphic because we can, since I was so rudely interrupted by the thing that we're all here to see, which is hockey. Don McKiernan, Rhode Island All-State second team. Looks like we're getting a power play as Brendan Patterson is a Vermont All-State first team and Cooper Sexton All-Conference first team in Ohio. The Fighting Knights are a majority underclassmen team, and we are getting a Lynn University power play brought to you by Goldie's Gang. That is the freshman Troy Bryan for UCF, who heads to the sin bin. So now Mason Moree, who is out for a game or two. We're happy to see him back. Tries for the shot, goes all the way. Well, actually, that deflected a puck that was already stuck up above the scoreboard. It's 2 for 1. Do you get to keep both? Like you ever knock a bag of chips down from a vending machine after one gets stuck? Imagine if we had multi-ball in hockey, like you do in pinball. Make things exciting, that's for sure. Moree now pushes up to Lattis. Moree a little bit closer, shoveled off, saved by Cass. The Fighting Knights already trying to generate opportunities. And in a sport like hockey, it's all about keeping those opportunities up and just having enough of them. Eventually, it's a numbers game. Something is bound to break through. So now resetting behind the net are the Fighting Knights, recombobulating. And Cole Dixon pushes up to Moree. Steps on the brakes, back to Dixon, back to Moree. Sometimes just getting past the red line is a struggle as they're struggling to get past that second blue line now. Knights getting physical, and it is poked out of harm's way by Rob Renner. Galkani off to Merrill. Merrill going coast to coast. He's got options. Lattis to Merrill off the stick. Wraps around. Finds Dixon beyond the circle. Out to Moree. Moree to Merrill. Pass interdicted. Gets it back. Now Doughty. Can't shovel it off. Some pesky defense by Gafiatulin. And that is another clear for UCF. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Now Patterson. Cannot get it past JT Fuller. And that is yet another clear. Nick Kelly tapping the ice, just saying, hey, come on, try me. And right now the Knights have been trying, they just haven't been successful. Well, that's hockey for you. Merrill pushing up, 15 seconds on the power play. Patterson through 2. Right side, across the way. What a save by Cass! We are back to full strength. And neither team has been able to convert on each power play they've gotten so far. We are over halfway through the first period. This one is flying by. It's a fast-paced physical affair. Poirier shot on goal, deflected. Poirier, another big player out there, 6'1", 185. Underneath our cameras, that's Scapitulo. Out to Marc-Andre. Puck is just beyond his reach. Heads backwards to Poirier. Intercepted by Fuller. Slowing things down from forever and a day away off the blocker of Galkani. Here's Fuller. Dangling. Skips high. And let's take another look at that save by Andrew Cass a little earlier. The Knights' best opportunity this whole game. Coming round. And they just could not do it. Good shot, better goalie work. The Fighting Knights have the benefit of experience so far this season. They have played one more game than the Knights have. And this is their third game of 4 at home this year. They're in familiar territory. It's actually familiar territory to a few players on UCF as well who grew up in this area and have played here at the junior level. Players like Josh Shimoni, for instance, this is not his first time on the ice. He used to play with the Palm Beach Hawks, who are based out of the Palm Beach skate zone right here in Lake Worth, which is, if it's not obvious, where we are tonight. Oh, dangling, a great shot by Rob Renner. But a blocker save by Galkani. Now Rocha pauses through the skates of Asaro. Is it me, or as this season has gone on, are these games getting faster paced? We're getting fewer interruptions and just better play all around. We're getting a face-off on UCF's side of the ice now. And we are in another power play. Evan Worth was sent off. This power play attempt brought to you by Goldie's Gang. Another clear for the Knights. Not the Fighting Knights, just the Knights. Fewer words, less special. That's what I always say. That's why I attempt to be pulchritudinous. It's not even the right word. Andre. I think I meant loquacious. Look, I speak pretty for a living. You got so many up here, you know, they start blending together after a while. Andre still trying to get it out of the boards. That's Judge in the rec specs. Across to Andre. Pass misses high. Andre's shot off the post. Oh, man. Poirier pushing up to Judge. Tries to shovel it off. Shot is deflected by Flanagan. Pushes to the back in the boards. And it goes over the glass. 45 seconds remain in this power play. And even if they haven't been generating too many shots on goal, it still bodes well for the Fighting Knights that they're keeping that puck on this side of the ice. I believe we're about to hit 100 concurrent viewers on one of our broadcasts for the first time this season. Hey, tell your family, tell your friends. Let's reach that point. We appreciate every single one of you out there. Other than me, this is a fully student-run broadcast, and we love being able to give people the opportunity to learn broadcast at such an advanced level. As Marie goes around the net, Dixon, backhanded pass, finds Merrill, shoots, and finds the top corner! Ben Merrill with a beautiful goal! His fourth against the UCF Knights all time. And the Fighting Knights get the first point on this joust. Next stoppage will show it again, provided that they don't score again. As the power play expires, and Lynn is now 1 for 2 on it. Kaplan backhands it to Owen Murphy, who is tied up in the boards. Backwards by McKiernan. He's tripped up a little bit, and now it's Evan Worth moving up. Right into the glove of Galgani. Great stop. But we're going to take a look at the goal again. We just gotta. The backhanded feed from Dixon. Merrill, side of your screen. Perfectly placed. So that's an assist for Dixon, a goal for Merrill. One-timer deflected, Galgani falls on it. Taking it all the way across now, it is Worth. Now Rocha behind the net. Colin Jackson shovels it past, and Galgani is defeated for the first time this season. Colin Jackson evens it up for the Knights. And as promised, this one's staying close. A nice feed. And it looked like Jackson may have deked him, said he was going to go right, he went left. UCF wanted to do it again, but the Knights able to repel them. As mentioned at the top of this broadcast, and as Galgani in net is quickly finding out, boy, do the Knights love shots on goal. They will pester you all night long. As that one goes into Lynn's bench. And none of them look too perturbed. I guess that's what happens when you've been around hockey your whole life. That goal by Ben Merrill for Lynn University, his first of the season, his fourth point of the season. Marie, saucer pass past the red line, but straight to Renner. Gaffiatulin round back now to Renner. A little under 4 minutes remaining in this contest. Pushing up, it's Sam Payne. Scapitulo able to muscle that puck away. Poirier crossed the way to Marie. Merrill and Scapitulo. Looks like Scapitulo wanted to be kind and give it to Merrill, but A little miscommunication there. And that gets through Merrill, but not Lattice. Merrill backhanded straight into the waiting Knights. That's Justin Sterling to be specific. Cass calling for calm out there as we have 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Dixon now pushing up. Possibly poked away from Kovac, but the Fighting Knights able to get a stick on it. Underneath us, that's Mason Kaplan. Around the way to Pavanka. Kaplan playing keep away. Trying to break this deadlock at center ice. Pass to the neutral zone. Doughty fighting for it. Past Judge. Kelly lets it go. Sniping was Flanagan, found no success. Pushing up closer, Kovac can't get it done. Galgani pushes it away. And it looks like both teams are bringing a little physicality out. Take another look, it's on this side of your screen. Big hit there. There's some big boys on both of these teams. They may have to get physical in order to literally push the tie-breaking goal through. Galgani, though, swats that out of the air. One-timer attempt didn't work to JT Fuller. Galgani spread out in front of the net, trying to shut it down. And somehow that eventually ends up inside of his glove. We're on a power play, by the way. It's another Lynn University power play. Brought to you by Goldie's Gang. It's Joseph Dre. Oh no, I take it back. They reversed the power plays. It was Mason Kaplan for the Fighting Knights. I swear they had the power plays flipped on the scoreboard last game. Either way, that's my mistake. Gafiatulin pushing up past the blue line. Marie slowing it down. We'll get about 15 seconds of 5-on-5 hockey before this period expires. Underneath us, it's Worth. But there's the clear from the Fighting Knights. 50 seconds remain in the power play. 1:05 in the period. Colin Jackson has it taken away from him. Another clear. A line change mid-power play. 45 seconds left in the period. Skating around is Gafiatulin. Gafiatulin played for the New Jersey Rockets in youth AAA hockey, as well as the New Jersey Colonials in 16 and under youth hockey. Brendan Patterson with a crucial stop there. 15 seconds left in the power play, 30 in the period as there's a stop by Cass. Now, we mentioned scoring against UCF all time. You can change this. That's 4 goals now for Ben Merrill. It's number 3 all time. I guess now tied for number 2 in points against UCF. Mason Marie leads this team. 4 goals, 7 assists. 1 goal, 3 assists for Drew Constant. 5 seconds in the power play. Can they get one more shot off? The bench is calling for it. Wrapping around is Shimoni. Can't do anything with it. Kaplan comes out of the bad boy box. Off the skate. Galgani traps it. And we've got some physicality up at the net. Quinn Judge getting testy. Fighting with Rob Renner. And forget jousting. These two Knights are going boxing. Back underway, 5 seconds. And the first period is in the books. We promised you a fight, and so far, we've been getting one. A very physical contest between two very evenly matched teams. From the look of this first period, this one could go either way. In terms of shots on goal, UCF has this narrow edge. But so far, it looks like the Fighting Knights have been a little more accurate. They've been picking and choosing those shots, and that's why we are tied up at 1-1 apiece. So, right now, we're just waiting for period number 2 to come around. That'll happen in 14 and a half minutes, so we will join you right back here on YouTube. We have hit over 100 concurrent viewers for the first time this season, and we are so thankful for each and every one of you who is sticking around with us. Sam Gelfand here on behalf of this broadcast crew, Emily Lumenello, Anthony DeGasperis, Griffin Koellmer, who is not usually on this crew, and I admittedly forgot his name, but that's all right because we got it, and now we know everyone who's involved, and we'll be back here in 13 and a half minutes with the start of period number 2. Don't you dare go anywhere.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorn, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorn, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action.
We are back with the second period of this contest between the Lynn Fighting Knights and the UCF Knights. Hi, everybody. Sam Gelfand here. So excited that you are back with us. This has been a very even contest so far. Two teams that are extremely physical and have really been punishing each other all night long. Lots of shots on goal, lots of strong hits, and 4 power plays in the first period as well. So that tells you what kind of contest we're looking at. 3 of those power plays benefited Lynn. 1 of them benefited UCF. It's the debut in the goal of Hunter Kalgani, the sophomore for Lynn, and we've been keeping an eye on that all night. So far, he has been up to the task and then some. The William Patterson University transfer has made some very impressive stops in the net, but so has his opposite goalie, Andrew Cass, for UCF. And we are just about ready to get back underway. The second period is brought to you by Bauer, everything for the game. Taken away by Andre. Opportunity. And saved. It's always a good thing when you can get a shot on goal that early in a period. Even if it doesn't connect, it at least shows you're able to penetrate the defense. And that can be a real confidence booster for a team as Poirier fires a missile off the glass. Glad that didn't come our way. We have no glass up here in the broadcast booth. Colin Jackson trying to push up, sent back by Poirier. Nochi's pass off the mark, taken away by the Knights. A big stop for Mason Maury, flying out of nowhere to make that happen. Merrill now fighting, gets it away. Shot on goal, goes wide behind it from Mason Maury. One of the alternate captains for this Fighting Knights squad. Alongside Jackson Dowdy, long shot from Haley, defended and taken away by Maury. Maury quickly shovels it off to Scapitulo. Fighting under our camera position, Maury sent back out to Haley. Pass intercepted, pushing up. Kalgani watching carefully. As Jake Graziati has it taken away from him, pushed out beyond the circle. One-timer attempt deflected. And now Kovac will have to try again. Kovac gets through, a stop by Kalgani, and poked out of the way by Towns Haley. Fighting Knights in the danger zone there. No, it's Evan Worth. Flying puck across the ice. And Haley with the hit, but he's the one who falls down. 2.5 minutes without a whistle. This is the sort of hockey we've seen all night. Dangling, Kovac with a pass. Deflected, Kalgani off the glove. Up close, Kalgani tries to trap it, gets away, but it's still a save for him. Merrill, saucer behind the X. And Lattice can't get to it in time. So now the Knights back on offense, their favorite place to be. Mueller right into the glove of Kalgani. Fast and furious, these two Knights. Fighting Knights or regular Knights alike. I hope that the bench said good shift. Wasn't quite sure. Dowdy, went off the blocker of Cass. He's shaking his head saying, no, 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 that ain't happening here. Rocha, pass deflected. Now it's Dixon. Through 2. Oh, man, he did 3. 4, up to the goal. Oh, it's a heartbreaker that was a save, because otherwise that would have been on highlight reels for the rest of the year. But Dixon's got the puck back, and he is poised to try again. Taken away, though, by Renner. The defender playing like a forward at points in this game, as Troy Bryan now is caught up. There's 3 Fighting Knights there. And Quinn Judge comes up with the puck. UCF still pressing, though. Rocha falling on it. Now here's Dixon. Passes off to Judge. Through 2, deflected by Cass. Coming around the bend, it's Flanagan. Behind the glass, wraps around. Pavanka, pass deflected. Doughty is tripped up from behind. It looked like a hook to me, but the refs let it slide. Are you serious? Shouts someone from the Lynn bench. Shimoni now shovels off to Jackson. Stopped. Oh, we've got some contact. And at least one UCF Knight is down. So he's back on his feet. That was Josh Shimoni who got rocked. Words are exchanged. I think I saw a fist bump from Galkani. These teams are not afraid to exchange pleasantries. And who can blame them, as this one has been so closely matched. You know, I got to agree with some of you guys in the comments. I'm not quite sure how that wasn't a hooking or some sort of penalty, but you know what? Being a referee is an extremely hard job. Either they saw something that we didn't, or you know what? Sometimes you miss them, and if we were in their skates, we'd probably do a worse job. We have the benefit of being up here in the crow's nest where we can see everything. We have a clearer view of the action on the broadcast than they do right down on the ice. Either way, play resumes, no power play, and the Knights may have gotten away with one, as Nick Kelly is pushing on the boards by Maury. Nochi fighting for it, and he finds Andre. We've got a player down for Lynn. And that is Mason Maury, who is hurting, clutching his arm, his shoulder, and that's not a good thing, because Maury was dealing with an injury for the last 2 games. Finally back in the lineup, and if he's hurt again, that spells trouble for the Fighting Knights. Once again, Mason Maury, for this roster, the #1 scorer against UCF, 4 goals and 7 assists in a few games against the Knights. So we hope that Maury's okay as play resumes. And you got to imagine that the Fighting Knights are going to want to get a hit in or two for him. Of course, fighting not legal at this level of hockey, but that doesn't prevent them. As you see, Urim was getting real physical with Joe Kovac. Some more big hits against the boards. That'll get a reaction from the Lynn bench. They like to see it. Ciortino just high, and a audible ooh from the crowd. Long shot deflected by Galkani. Reaching out. That was a pretty one. That was aesthetically pleasing. Not just an effective save. Watch. Quite the attempt. Impressive that the Knights were able to get a look from that far as well. From up against the boards, not an easy shot to make. Rocha takes it around, and the shot goes off the skates of the Knights. Now we're getting tied up near the boards. 13:30 left in the second period. Flanagan across and batted out by Rocha. Merrill trying to push up, trying to create an opportunity. Now Lattice tries to poke it. It is underneath our cameras. Sent across by the Knights. Trying to find Armando Santiago, taken away by Dixon. Backhanded pass now. Round the way by Rocha. Through the skates, taken back at center ice by Rob Renner. Galgani quickly off the stick, gets it out of harm's way. Santiago tried to crash the net. Behind the X. 1-2 doesn't happen. 3-4 doesn't either. Several attempts, but no one able to connect with ferocity. Someone finally does, stopped by Galgani. He's going to have a real nice looking highlight reel after this one, let me tell you. And he better, because I'm going to be the one who has to do it. Pushing up now. Scapitulo. Pass goes to no one in particular across the opposite blue line. But Dixon gets it around his man. Gets through a couple. Past the blue line. Around the circle, tries to push up. Stopped by Cass. We have seen so many times Dixon try to take it coast to coast, and eventually he's going to connect. But you know, Colin Jackson connects first, his second goal of the day. Colin Jackson is making waves for UCF, and the Knights take a 2-1 lead. Goes right, goes left, puts it in. Looks like the assist came for JT Fuller as well. Kaplan sniping, trying to even it up quickly, but it goes into the glass. And yeah, that knocked our GoPro a little out of position. Tells you the ferocity of that shot. And hopefully that hit didn't take out our other GoPro. Nope, it's good. Pushing up, stopped by Cass. You know, the last time these two teams met was October 26th of last year. Lynn ended up taking that 10-4. It was the first time ever that Lynn had more shots on goal than UCF in any of their contests. Dowdy and Marie each had 2 goals. We'll tell you a little bit more about the history between these two teams in just a little bit. It's a young history, but it's a fierce one. Patterson round the goal to Urim on the other side. Quick shot, defended by Galgani. And Haley pushing up. Instead, though, finds Gafiatulin. The Fighting Knights just trying to generate some sort of offensive opportunity, but every time that they get close, the Knights hit hard. There's only so much you can do when you're being constantly assailed from all directions. Pass goes straight into the jersey of Sterling. Now pushing up. Saved by Cass! Tommy Asar with a great shot. Stebbins gets it in! Chase Stebbins ties us up! And there is life on the Lynn bench yet. Comes off the rebound. Pass from outside, that's Towns Haley on the assist. We are back underway. Another long shot attempt goes off the stick of Graziati, who tried for a one-timer, and instead, nothing doing for the Knights. But it's 2-2. And this is a fun one. Andre. Oh, he couldn't quite find McKiernan. Nearly hits the ref. And now Andre fighting with a couple. Shovels it close. But Flanagan's right there. Halfway through the second period. I think I could watch both of these teams play all night long. I mean, I don't want these two teams to play all night long because I'm not sure it would end without a trip to the hospital. Based on how these two teams are hitting, here's Fuller, pushes up, shots wide. Get there, shouts the UCF bench. You can probably hear it. Now Maury taken away, but he was poised and ready. It ends up with Flanagan pushing over to Graziati. Kovac now fighting with Rocha, taken away. Here's Andre. Now Marie cross the blue line, pass to McKiernan. And it's a good thing that we're not on TV because the FCC would have a field day with us. Pop up behind the X. And the errant pass means the Knights will have to fully reset. Evan Worth brings it down. He's from Coral Springs. He is not from not too far away. Shot deflected by Galkani. Merrill fighting for it, coming from behind. Scapatulo can't do it. You know, we're real happy to see Scapatulo back in the lineup. Because we didn't see him for a little while because of this. Talking to people close to Jared Scapatulo, they described him to me as a trip. Even the first adjective that comes to mind is a minor penalty. Yeah, he led Lynn in penalty minutes last year. He had a one-game suspension due to that fight for grabbing the face mask of his opponent, though if you watch that video, his opponent did the same to him, at least in Scapatulo's defense. But after a couple of games away, it's great to see him back in the lineup. Huge hit! Coladas! Yeah, Griffin Koellmer calling for a replay of that, but I don't think we hit the button in time. Now there's a trip up near the edge. We got to push. Yeah, this one's testy. Boy, things are simmering. To no one's surprise. We're going to let the refs sort this one out. I'm washing my hands of it. I would not be surprised if we see a 4-on-4 here as Ben Merrill has words with another Knight. Refs talking to Josh Shimoni of UCF. So this will end up a power play for Lynn as Evan Worth goes to the penalty box. No, it's a 4-on-4. Evan Worth and Owen Murphy for each of these teams. Two minutes for, well, I don't have to tell you, you saw it. Which is a funny way of saying I'm not sure what the ref said. Merrill trying to push up and get things quick. Now, the last time we saw a 4-on-4 in the Palm Beach skate zone, we saw a goal scored within about 15 seconds. So you know you're going to see some real fast-paced hockey for the next 2 minutes. Taken away now by Renner, trying to do something with it. Patterson fighting just too much. Gets past Haley, diving on it, Skalkani. Bit of a scary moment for the Lynn defense. That was a great, desperate pass, and yeah, just Haley couldn't handle it. One and a half minutes remain in the 4-on-4. Across the way to Kevin Flanagan. Now Haley's fighting for it by the boards along with Judge and a couple of Knights. One of them is Graziati. Gets past him. Out to Flanagan. And now Kaplan. One-on-one. Near the goal. Dangling. Oh, what a stop by Cass. The Knights pounding the bench in appreciation. Kovac shot wide left. Renner now pushing up. Stop by Patterson. Judge takes it himself. It's 2-on-1. Across the way. Kaplan. Second time's the charm. No! A second stop for Cass. Off the blocker. And Kaplan hits the ice in frustration. 45 seconds remain in the 4-on-4. Poirier comes on for the Fighting Knights, the freshman from Lavaltrie, Quebec, who I could tell you more about if I could read French. But everything I found for him online was in French. 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. We do know that Poirier played for the Junior A Joliet Predators, not Predators, off the skate of Galgani. Junior A being the top level of Canadian junior hockey. A little back elbow from Lattis. Merrill dangling, gets it through. Poirier going right. And Cass just has to fall on it. Well contested, but a lot going on there. 7 seconds left in the 4-on-4. And you know, it's easy to see why the NHL enjoys doing 4s-on-4s, 3s-on-3s for the overtimes and Four Nations. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So it's about to expire, and we are back to full strength. The Knights moving quick, wrap around. Galgani gets a hand on it. Good attempt from Colin Jackson trying for a hat trick. Keep your hats on your head for now. Kaplan with malice in his eyes, tripped up, and the puck is sent away by Rob Renner. And I am surprised that we're not getting even more fights. Honestly, good job by the ref, keeping them distant. Kaplan's frustrated, rightfully so. I mean, he's had a couple of huge opportunities, and the Knights have responded with a bruising, quite frankly. Now, I'm not saying that getting physical is a bad strategy. Clearly, it works for somebody, but we are getting a power play. Rob Renner goes to the bad boy box. And frankly, it's surprising that we haven't seen more power play goals from Lynn, considering they've played relatively clean hockey. And being the aggressor is a strategy that clearly works, but that is what UCF is doing right now. Marie passes up close off the skate. Can't generate the one-timer. Marie now out to Doughty. Doughty. Cass falls on it, and it stopped. Five and a half minutes left in the second period. A minute and a half left in the power play. Now Merrill across the way to Maury. He seems to be fine after that injury to his arm. Lattis trying to find an opportunity, but the Knights crowding the net. It's going to be hard to penetrate. Lattis to Maury in the corner. Maury going round, tried to find Doughty. Pass misses the mark, and once again, the Fighting Knights got to tighten up this passing if they want to be successful in this contest. They had that problem last time out, and it's rearing its head again this time. And we've got another penalty, and the Knights are incensed. Might have been too many men on the ice. JT Fuller protesting. But I think we're about to get a 5-on-3. At least for 58 seconds. Whatever that penalty was, it has the UCF Knights very upset. This is the 8th time that these two teams have ever met, the 4th time that they have met at Lynn. Well, at the Palm Beach Skate Zone specifically, UCF leads the series 4-3. On average, UCF has more shots on goal. Lynn has more penalty minutes. That is sure not what we're seeing today. Indeed, it's a 5-on-3 as Fuller goes to the box as well. Poirier to Patterson. And there's not much the Knights can do but crowd the net right now. Andre goes for the shot deflected by Cass. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3 before it becomes a normal power play. The Fighting Knights can't take too long waiting for the right opportunity. They got to generate it. We could stand here all night. There's no shot clock. It's not basketball. As Poirier still angling, dangling, trying to do something. Patterson back to Poirier, cross the way. Judge, back of the net! Three to 2, the Fighting Knights take the lead. Across the way, beautiful one-timer. You look up one-timer in the dictionary. If the dictionary had video, you'd see that. Quinn Judge has all the reason in the world to celebrate. That is his 4th goal of the year. Is it the rec specs? I think I even just heard one of the members of the Knights bench say that was nasty. Hey, real recognizes real. And yeah, now the 5-on-3 expires. It's now just a regular old power play. The stick breaks for Koellmer. But there's no reason for the Fighting Knights to get scared stickless unless the Knights can keep pushing up. And that's nearly very dangerous. But Galkani able to fall on it. Jay Graziati had an excellent opportunity. He's yet to score this year, but last year in 25 games, he had 7 goals, 8 assists, only 6 penalty minutes too. Very clean. So it remains a Fighting Knights power play for 40 seconds. And the Knights are going to hope for a shorthanded goal here, but that is much easier said than done. Dixon fighting. Forwards playing defense here as Merrill crashes into the boards. Dixon takes it around. You know, last year the Knights gave up quite a few shorthanded goals. I believe they were 10th out of 14 in college hockey south, though they had an excellent penalty kill. Haley pushing up. And that gets past Kovac. Haley sends it around the boards. Both teams back to full strength now. Yeah, the UCF's got a potty mouth out there. I can't hang 2 over the boards or my mic's going to start picking this up. What awful commentary, says Riley Kalea in the comments section. We appreciate all of your kind words here at Lynn University. Of course, we appreciate your feedback in whatever forms they may come. Of course, it might be a little more hurtful had I not last year been named one of the best play-by-play broadcasters in the country by the Idaho State Broadcasters Association. But, to each their own. Long shot, save by Koellmer. Positivity is the name of the game here, as that is deflected by Flanagan. Now Haley kicks the puck out, but now an opportunity generated for the Knights, but that pass does not connect. Troy Bryan couldn't get it done. Instead, it is Tommy Asaro pushing up, and Chase Stebbins in a foot race. The Knights win it. Marie grabs it at center ice. Asaro passes it down the line, and here's Stebbins just playing keep away. 1:10 left in the second period. This contest is flying by despite the high number of power plays. Very close shot defended by Cass. Stebbins moving back to Marie. There's a bullet stop by Cass. And 50 seconds remain in the second period. Cross-checking on Nick Nochi from the sound of it from the referee. No, actually, it's not Nochi, it's Asaro who goes to the box, but that was a cross-check, and now it is a UCF power play. This penalty kill attempt brought to you by Team Coalition. Remember, there's 2 minutes on the power play, but 50 seconds left in the period, so this power play will continue when we come back for the third period. One-timer goes wide right. That attempt from Graziati. Lynn won't quite get to try for a shorthanded opportunity. Instead, more saves by Koellmer, knocked down onto his back. But the Knights can't respond quite in time. Long shot stopped by Koellmer. A screen set up by Judge. And the Knights tie it up! If you keep pressing it, it's gonna happen eventually. UCF wins the numbers game. The assist for Rob Renner. Trying to see the number of who actually scored that. I believe that's Colin Jackson with a hat trick. If that's a 4 up there, and I think it might be. Right there we see it. We'll have to confer later on, make sure that is indeed the correct call. Either way, an assist for Rob Renner. Let's keep doing the replay review for another second. I mean, well, no, that was Jake Graziati who scored that. Goal for Jake Graziati. That's 24, not 4. And the second period is over. We are tied at 3 apiece. What a contest this one has been. That's 2 periods in a row where we have ended things on an even note. Power plays, fights, goals. I mean, this one's got it all. Great saves, too. But there's only 1 period left, at least in regulation, which means we got to stick around if we want to see how this one's going to play out. We hope that you'll join us back here in 14.5 minutes, exclusively on YouTube. Sam Gelfand here for this entirely other besides me student-run broadcast crew. Joined by Anthony DeGasperis, Emily Lumenello, and Griffin Koellmer. We'll be back here. We hope you will be too in 14 minutes for the start of this decisive period number 3.
We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Del Moro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.lynnhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action. We appreciate the sponsors making this broadcast possible. Adidas, you got this. Bauer Hockey, everything for the game. Dalmoro's Delray Beach, fresh pasta to go. Goldie's Gang, giving children the experiences of a lifetime. Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. The Boca Lobster Roll Company, now an independent franchise. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission, unrivaled in every way. Pure Passion Fitness, we do this out of pure passion. Ramen Lab Eatery, where flavor meets finesse. And Team Coalition, techniques for effective alcohol management. Fighting Knights fans, we need your help. Club sports rely on the generosity of viewers like you to afford equipment, facilities, and travel. Your kindness keeps our program going. Simply visit www.linhockey.com and click Donate to make a difference. We appreciate all of your support. Now let's meet this year's broadcast crew. Play-by-play broadcaster and executive producer Sam Gelfand. Director-producers Anthony DeGasperis and Hugo Sapazzi. Camera operators Mariah Hathorne, Emily Lumenello, and Karen Nadler, and other Lynn University student volunteers. We'll be right back with more Fighting Knights ice hockey action.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The second period has just gotten underway. You just saw us attempting to figure out why we lost our fourth camera, but we are now back at otherwise full strength, and so are both of these teams. The power play, it seems to have expired. It doesn't look like they're counting it as we come into the second period. At the very least, it's not on the scoreboard. Appreciate each and every one of you, even the ones who don't like us. And so far, I mean, this has been a brutal bout between these two teams. A good clear there for the Knights, and Towns Haley challenging JT Fuller, the two big boys going at it. Both of those players 6'5" and 6'6". But it's Don McKiernan now. Passing up to Andre, has it taken away by Gafia-Tulin. Round the back now. Past Patterson, Galgani just lets it hit the stick. Chance for the Knights. Save by Galgani! But the clear gets past Judge and hits the backboards. No icing. Physicality has been the name of the game tonight. Long shot deflected by Galgani. Good attempt by Kovac. Now Judge pushing up. Quick no-look pass. Dowdy can't quite shovel it off. Gets stuck in the boards, and that's Renner, who sends it all the way down ice. And Galgani looks like he's shaking his head like, why'd you try a shot on goal from all the way across two blue lines? Doughty pokes it away. Judge clears it even further down round the way. One-timer attempt to Judge. Doesn't quite land the way they were hoping it would. Now Kaplan going round. Shot. Save by Cass. That goes straight into the blockers. Credit his reaction time with that save, really, but I want to take another look at that save by Galgani a little bit earlier. Close opportunity. Not much time to react, and as mentioned before, Galgani, not a large goalie, 5'7", 140 pounds, but he's using every bit of it. Merrill sniping wide right. Look round the way. Poirier takes it away for the Fighting Knights. Lattice taken away now by Gafiatulin. Merrill now to Worth. Worth pushing up. Dangling is Mueller. Knocked down by Scapatulo. Lattice is all alone on the right side of the ice. Tries to find Scapatulo next to the net, but he couldn't quite track the pass down. Off the skate of Haley. Flicking it up. And around the boards once again. The Knights trying to get a quick rush on. Trying to clear it out, create a one-on-one as soon as possible, but the Knights were wary of it. The Fighting Knights were wary of it, I should say. Even I'm getting confused now. Merrill fighting with Shimoni. Merrill pushing up. And now fighting with Flanagan. Fuller, near side underneath us. Puck tipped by Rocha. Rocha, lazy lob across two blue lines. Not much doing there for Pavanka. Collides with Rocha, and Patterson recovers. We've had some real long stretches in this one where we haven't had any stoppages. Got to wonder what sort of toll that's taking on the stamina of all these players. I mean, look, they're professional athletes, clearly. Well, semi-pro, collegiate, amateur. All right, it all comes. The point is that they play a lot of sports, and they're used to it. Shot deflected by Cass. Nochi behind the net, can't do much with it. Tried for a backhanded pass, but it was contested. Pushing it up to McKiernan, no dice. 15 minutes remain in this contest. We are still tied up at 3. Might get some bonus hockey tonight if we do. These two teams tied up at 1 apiece historically in overtime. While UCF may lead this series against Lynn 4-3 historically, they are 1-2 at the Palm Beach skate zone. Hoping to even that up here. And I mean, you can't get more even than historically the average score being a 4-4 tie. Fighting Knights believe that the Knights took a flop there. And I'm not going to say they did. I mean, look, sometimes you get knocked off balance. This sort of thing happens. That was weird. Some discussions from the refs now. Just trying to make sense of the stoppage. But yes, it's a power play. And Tommy Asaro Well, one person didn't like the bad boy box. How about this? Tommy Asaro goes to the pernicious playpen. And the Fighting Knights immediately clear it. I think that's the right usage of pernicious. It's been a while since I've read the dictionary. I think reading the dictionary cover to cover is a requirement for this job. Now the Knights taking it around the X. That's Shimoni. Finds Flanagan. Pass deflected, but it gets through the skates of Haley. Clears back to the red line. Do the Fighting Knights. Off the near boards. Pushed up by Graziati and back out. 40 seconds of elapsed in the power play. Flanagan now taking his time. And with this time wasting, there is now 1 minute remaining in the power play. A surprising lack of urgency from UCF. Perhaps they were just biding their time, as now they're picking up the pace a little bit. There's Jackson passing backwards. Finds Gafiatulin. And Nochi bugging him, so Stebbins pushes up around the boards. Haley is there with another clear. Wraps around a Cass. Less than 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Fuller. And cleared again by the Fighting Knights. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. How many shots have UCF even gotten off in this power play as Cass has to fall on it? Can't be too many at this point. Now, both of these teams real young, but a special note has to be made for Lynn. 4 seniors, 7 juniors, 9 sophomores, 9 freshmen on their roster. And today, only 2 seniors and 4 juniors are on their roster. It's a very young Lynn team, and they're finding success early on as the power play expires. We are back to full strength. Pushing up quickly is Flanagan. Ties up with Patterson. Ref has to jump out of the way. He's taken out. We're getting some collateral damage out there with all this fighting. Now Quinn Judge, even-handed, tries to get it to Doughty, but it is taken away by Flanagan. He is flying on both sides of the ice tonight. Some tight competition by the boards. Dixon, backhanded pass, no one in particular. Straight to Flanagan, now passed down the boards. It's Patterson who comes up with it. Dangling is Dixon. He's got some smooth moves. Judge, jersey tug on the back. In the corner, pushing up, past and behind the net. Judge hit into the boards. Rob Renner now. Backhanded pass, couldn't quite connect to Sterling. Look, at the ACHA D3 level, you may not see the prettiest passing in the world, but it is a basic fundamental of the game, and it's been the cause of many missed opportunities. Dixon pushing up, and the referee blows the whistle, and Dixon doesn't quite understand why. At the very least, he's not happy about it, and there's no reason he should be. The door back into the box gets slammed with authority. Looks like they called him offsides. I didn't see it. But then again, there was a lot going on. At least no power play generated. If you're the Fighting Knights, you can take a deep sigh there. Gafiatulin now round the boards to Worth, but past him. Has to flick it over Merrill. Toss a pass to Scapatulo. Here's Merrill. Breakaway. Opportunity for Lattice. Misses wide right. And I think you could hear the moment that hearts broke in two on the Lynn bench. coming across. He had a great look, but just missed. I mean, what else can you say to that? This as a fan of hockey, you hate to see it. Either way, we are almost halfway through the third period, and we are still deadlocked. Colin Jackson trying to change it. So is Shimoni. Marc-Andre takes his time, and that goal is knocked out of the supports. Looks like that was Don McKiernan who got tripped up. And now we're getting some words by the goal. An apology, perhaps. That'd be the favorable interpretation. Josh Shimoni from Pembroke Pines on the face-off. He, as mentioned earlier in this game, used to call this home ice with the Palm Beach Hawks. We're now past the 10-minute point. Tied up in the corner. Now Lynn trying to push through quickly. It's Andre. And coming out of nowhere making the stop is Kevin Flanagan. A great stop by Flanagan. Got to give him some credit there, even if icing is generated on it. Dixon. From the other side of town, stopped by Cass. Dixon tries again, doesn't get good wood on it. Now Haley has to push up, otherwise it's Jackson, Haley, and Galgani. Galgani prevails. Nearly a scary moment for the Fighting Knights. This deadlock isn't showing many signs of stopping as there's another big stop by the Fighting Knights. Stebbins now pushing up with vengeance on his mind. Asaro one-timer stopped by Flanagan again. Now it's Kelly. Pushing up to Graziati by the goal, stopped by Galgani. And Urim just has to clear it. They'll take the icing at that point. I mean, just to get it out of harm's way, sometimes the trade-off is worth it. Both teams at a fever pitch right now, a feverish pace. With less than 9 minutes remaining in the contest. Threads the needle, does Gaffiatulin, but Galgani able to stop it. Now Dixon wrapping around the net. And we saw a little more. Oh, look at that! And you got to imagine that Lynn head coach Dave Marie is going to have some words. There he is. He's not happy. And why should he be? Needless, childish, and plain wasteful. I mean, that does nothing but hurt your team. And Ian Urim should know that. So now we're back to a 4-on-4. As, yeah, maybe you're not happy with what Nick Kelly does. But you cannot let your emotions get the better of you. Yeah, you got to stick up for your teammates. But you can't risk letting the other team score because you go to the bad boy box for no reason. Either way, Lynn is lucky that it's a 4-on-4. Flanagan trying to find a one-timer. Try to connect with Sterling, no dice. Now it's Merrill who has to reset. He finds Patterson. Down to Lattice. Lattice competing with Flanagan. Minute and a half left in the 4-on-4, our second 4-on-4 of the game. Lattice to Patterson. Tries to get a shot off. Goes off the shin of Flanagan. How many shots has he stopped with his own body tonight? Patterson on the left side. A beautiful pass, but that's why you don't see it, because it's hard to aim. Merrill round the back. And the Fighting Knights are happy to keep pressing this attack for the remaining minute of the 4-on-4. But that'll change things. It's Evan Worth. Merrill is able to get it out of the way. The UCF bench shouting, "Oh yeah, they love the peskiness." Kaplan pushing up one-on-one. Tries to dangle, going round. Great stop by Koellmer. Dixon would have had a chance if the puck hadn't gone off the referee's leg. Now Doughty off the skate of Flanagan, and it's Koellmer again. Renner back to Koellmer. Pushing down, taken away by Dixon, now to Haley. 4-on-4 is expired, and we are back to full strength. Dixon, round the way, couldn't get it to Judge in time, deflected by the UCF defense. Shovel pass, long ways away to Nick Kelly. But too long ways away, and he can't do much with it. Back past the red line go the Knights. 6 minutes remain in this incredibly even contest. Kelly competing with Dixon, generates an opportunity, saved by Koellmer. All the way across the way, Cass has to let it go off the stick. Pushing rounds the boards goes Renner. Nochi not there in time. You know, there's a bit of silence in the Palm Beach skate zone right now as I think both teams realize what's at stake here. But in the meantime, you know, we love seeing what National Day it is. It's National Pancake Today. These two teams have been flattening each other. It's National Dumpling Day. There has been wonton destruction on the ice. Also National Key Lime Pie Day if you prefer a more Florida flavor. And National Doodle Day. If we had more time, I'd draw a stick figure. Every day, of course, a good day for a lobster roll from our friends at the Boca Lobster Roll Company. Deflected by the Fighting Knights defense. Flanagan couldn't do much. 5.5 minutes remain. Both teams getting desperate at this point. I mean, we've got so little time left. And here might be an opportunity for Troy Bryan. Save by Koellmer. Poked away by Poirier. Instead, now here's Povanka. Save by Koellmer yet again. And the refs trying to get in the middle in case there's another fight. We've seen a couple of brawls, but no full-on brouhahas. So I'm waiting for that to unfold. Because frankly, it feels like a matter of time with just how hot-blooded both of these teams have been. The Knights are bruisers. There's no two ways around it. Stebbins takes it away, pushing up, wants a second goal tonight. Instead gives it to Nochi. Saved by Cass! Can you believe it? That's as close comes. And now another face-off, and the face-off is blown dead. Now, don't forget that this doesn't end here. We're right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, same YouTube channel for Game 2 between Lynn and UCF. We hope that you'll be back here for it. Either joining us here at the Palm Beach Gate Zone or on our YouTube channel. Scott Patullo now fighting at the boards. 4 minutes left in this contest. It's Renner who controls it. Pushing up, here's JT Fuller. Off Galkani, but he gets the rebound! And Fuller breaks it open. The UCF Knights take a 4-3 lead. There's a sword right through the Fighting Knights' heart. And Galkani is kicking himself. You can't blame him. An unassisted goal for JT Fuller. And there's a bit of dejection on the Lynn bench. Now, they have scored goals later in a game than this. But with just under 4 minutes to go, if you're Lynn, you can't help but feel like the walls are closing in. Now Dixon taking it around. The Knights are going to have to play real aggressive. Galkani nearly had another shot on goal. Kaplan tied up with Ciortino under us. Tripping is Flanagan. Kaplan gets it. Yeah, they're taking this up to a fever pitch. They're hitting even harder. I didn't know that was possible. In the boards, Judge pokes it away. Kaplan trying to get to it. Sent back to Poirier. Poirier dekes his man. Shot off the blocker and poked in by Kaplan! Lynn will not go gently into that good night. Four to 4. Mason Kaplan, the freshman, with his first collegiate goal. An All-Maryland first-team selection out in high school. And now finding the back of the net at the collegiate level. Also played in Tier 1 for Team Maryland at the youth level. 14 assists in 12 games with them. Or 12 goals, 14 assists. Excuse me, I almost couldn't read my own notes. Now here's Sam Payne with a little more desperation. Saved by Galkani. Trying again. This time Towns Haley able to take it round the bend. 2:30 left in the game. Andre off the blocker. Shot by Noshi, no dice. And cleared back to Haley at center ice. Haley tried for a half-court shot effectively, and I wish that GoPro was still working. They're fighting right up against it. On our side, it's Patterson who comes up with it through the legs of Nochi. Line change for Lynn now. 2 minutes left. And this one will come down to the wire. Worth dangling round the back and taken away by Dixon. Kovac pushed back. Lattice will not get there before Flanagan. Or Willie on the other side. Kovac with some puck handling, poked away by Poirier. Right underneath us, it's Poirier. They're tied up and the whistle blows. Yeah, take a deep breath. It is a breathless pace here in the Palm Beach skate zone. Now, don't forget, if we end up going into overtime, it's sudden death, and if that does not resolve things, then we go to penalty shots. Poirier off Colin Jackson, though he had a look. Around the boards, Fuller trying to get to it. Big hit from Poirier. Pins him there until it's out of harm's way. Now Lattice pushing up down the boards. Merrill, nice pass through the legs to Worth. Taken away by Lattice. Under a minute left to play. And we are in crunch time. Dixon off the skate. Flanagan sends it upwards. Jackson, line change for Lynn. Merrill around the back of the boards. 45 seconds remain. Lattice, a big hit. And the refs will say it's legal. Another huge hit. The glove comes off for Dixon. He's going to have to play without it for now because there's only 30 seconds left. The Fighting Knights trying to do some delaying. They want that last shot. They're happy to let this go to some free hockey. Kaplan pushing up off of Cass, a crucial stop. 15 seconds left, but it's behind the UCF net. Kaplan out to Patterson. The pass is wide. Golgani coming out of the net to get things out of the way. 5 seconds. These two teams are not done yet. We're heading to overtime for the first time at the Palm Beach Skate Zone this season. A 5-minute sudden death is coming up. And if you'll excuse me, I now have to figure out how we change this. Let's see, 60 times 5, that's 300 seconds, right? Saying to Anthony DeGasperis, our producer. I think that's 300 seconds. Well, let's just try it real quick as we go down here. Hit the button, doing some tech support live on the air. Yep, that's 5 minutes. There we are. And for the first time this year, as mentioned, we head into overtime, brought to you by Dalmoro's Fresh Pasta to Go. And go these teams will. No traditional break between period 3 and overtime. Just a brief stoppage. Neither team's used their timeout. Remember, this is sudden death. First to score will win. And at this point, the question is, who will? It's been back and forth. I don't think there's been a time where one team scored 2 goals in a row. Overtime is underway. Now, if we're going by the trade-off expectation, then it would be UCF who's due next. Either way, this will not be settled tonight. Might not even be settled tomorrow with tomorrow's contest. Kaplan able to deflect that shot attempt by Kovac. Let's take one more look at that last attempt. And this nearly prevented us from going into overtime, but what a stop from Cass. It is Lattice and Jackson in the circle, and the Fighting Knights come up with the face-off. Dixon takes his time up to Quinn Judge, passing down to Lattice. It's a young 3 that the Fighting Knights have fielded here. Lattice a freshman, Judge a sophomore. And Dixon, a freshman as well. Huge hit to Judge. Fires up the UCF bench. Lattice now to Judge. Judge dangling. Save by Cass. And now Fuller is being separated by the referee, shouting some more things that I could not possibly repeat on this broadcast. And both of these teams are staying fired up. And you have to. Momentum is everything, and that means sometimes you got to make it yourself. You got to fire yourself and your team up, and that's the only way to prevail. As Brendan Patterson hangs back, gives it to Dowdy. Dowdy now pushing up. Almost taken away, but Patterson pokes it through. 3.5 minutes remain in overtime. Taken away from Merrill. It's Renner. Over to Kovac. He's parallel with Graziati. Kovac takes the shot. It's high. With 3-on-3, I mean, everything gets a little more desperate. Every shot means that much more. Stebbins trying to get away from Sterling. And Lynn prevails, but it's sent backwards. Galgani out of the net to Dixon. And now the fastest skater on the ice is pushing up. All three Lynn players on the left side. Dixon takes it himself wide left. Dixon now round the back of the net, but it is taken away by Kafiatulin. 2:45 remains in overtime. Remember, if this is not settled, we go to penalty shots. Scapitula takes it away. I will admit they did not tell me the penalty shots protocol because we didn't think we'd get to that point this year. I wish I could tell you how many penalty shots they'll take, but we're just gonna feel it out. It's more exciting that way, isn't it? It's an adventure. And what a ride it has been tonight. As Lynn does another line change, and so do the Knights. Now it's Merrill, Lattice, and Judge on for Lynn, so they're back to their first line. It is Fuller, Bryan, and Worth for UCF. Lattice and Worth fighting for it. Lattice comes up with it. Judge pushing up as well. Over to Judge. Oh, he can't get the shot off, and a save by Cass. Some proper contact, and that would have been it. Well, this one continues. Nevertheless, these two teams persist. Judge holding his own against Fuller. And that'll fire up the Lynn bench. Skating fast is Worth, but he finds Lattice. Go, go, shout the Fighting Knights bench. Merrill takes it himself, rocks the crossbar. 1-on-1 for Evan Worth. Lattice pushing up, so does Merrill. Big save! Galgani gets it done. Please do not fight each other in the comments section. I'm begging you, be civil. Let's all just enjoy the hockey that we're all here to enjoy. But we're glad that you're all here. 1:50 remains in overtime. Dowdy now pushing up. Wraps around, off of Cass. And another shot defended by the Knights. Out to Renner. Can't find Graziati. Stebbins will get to it first. 1:30. Kaplan, pass deflected. Here's Renner. Across the way, Doughty is able to tip the pass. Renner, close to the goal. Oh, it flips left. Tries to get it around, long shot. Galgani doesn't have to worry, the pass is errant. Now Stebbins pushing up. To Doughty, takes the shot. Saved by Cass. 1 minute remains in overtime. The fans are on their feet. Every single person in the bleachers is standing up. Galgani will just stop it and give everyone a moment to breathe. I mean, look at that. Every single fan is currently standing, and with good reason. It's a crowded house here in Palm Beach. You see them packed around the boards as well. This overtime has been thrilling. As we're back underway, Merrill takes a shot, stopped by Cass, pokes it out. Merrill is first back to the puck. Fighting near the boards now, taken away by Graziati, pushing up. 30 seconds remain in overtime before we go into penalty shots. Wrapping around is Kelly, taken away by Lattis. Now it's Kelly. Quick hit. Lattis. 15 seconds remain. But it's on Lynn's side of the ice. Save by Galgani. I'm losing my voice. I ask you again, please do not fight in the comment section. This is how we get comment sections taken away. But we like ours, and we kindly ask that you be kind to each other. Take it out on me, I don't care. But be kind to your fellow human being as we have a timeout taken. I believe it was UCF who called it. UCF had a season they may have preferred to forget last year, 8-15-2 record. But here's the big thing, second in penalty kill percentage in all of college hockey south. Fourth in shorthanded goals, but 10th in shorthanded goal versus. Much like Lynn, a 91.5 rating, but their strength of schedule at 92.4. Just for comparison's sake, Lynn was third in power play percentage last year, fifth in power play goals. They do well in that power play department, but last year goals were an issue. It's not something that we've seen too much this year. I mean, I was talking to Ted Curtis, who is the program director for Lynn University, and he was telling me, most teams are lucky that if they have one good goalie, we have four. And it's true, Matt Carter, Hunter Galgani, Brody Dixon, and Tristan Falsetto, all really stellar in the net. 9 seconds remain in overtime. Poirier pushing up. And overtime expires. We should be going to shootout, that's what I've been told. I believe both teams have to agree to a shootout. The refs, I just heard someone shout, that's it. It's JT Fuller asking for a shootout for UCF. As mentioned, both teams have to agree for a shootout in order to avoid a tie. JT Fuller literally saying, hey, why not? Word coming in is that we may get a shootout, but if we do, it'll just be for fun, not reflecting the results of this game. So the official result of this contest is a tie. But we can't let it end there. We've got head coach Chris Brewster on the ice for UCF. Binghamton, New York native. Used to be the assistant coach for SUNY Oswego. It's an ACHA Division I program. And we're still trying to sort out exactly what's going on, as each team is lining up on their respective sides of the ice. Managers are coming on. I think we may be calling it here. I sure hope not. That's game. An incredible contest with a deflating conclusion. A 4-4 tie, matching the average score between these two teams historically. But this is the first tie that we have ever officially gotten between Lynn and UCF. What a game this one was. Sure, finishes in a tie. No one wants to see that. But could these two teams have been any closer? Probably not. This was an incredibly hard-hitting, fast-paced affair, and frankly, it's probably a good thing for these players that we're ending it here, because don't forget, we're back here tomorrow night to do it again. 8 o'clock, Palm Beach Skate Zone, same time, same place, same YouTube channel where you'll be able to see the conclusion to this series, and we sincerely hope that you'll be there as we bring it to you. So in the meantime, thank you so very much for watching here live on YouTube. My name is Sam Gelfand, and on behalf of everyone here at Lynn University and the ACHA, have a very good night wherever you may be.